Okay, so this is one of the main reasons why I don't like ficus trees. Now what you're looking at here is the registro, the entrance to my septic system. So those are the pipes coming out of my house. They come from the 2 bathrooms that are inside, and it drops down and leads to another pipe which leads directly to the septic tank, which is about 3 meters, 4 meters away. Anyway, this morning we had a leakage from this registro. You can see on the ground here it was all wet. So I took the lid off and I looked inside, and probably it's something that I should have been doing for regular maintenance, but one doesn't normally think of these things. This entire hole, whatever you want to call it, was full of roots. So I got my handy dandy trusty shovel and took all of this root system out of here. This is all roots. This entire wall was lined with them, and the escape tube down the bottom, which you can't really see, and I don't want to put my camera down in there, but it was plugged. I was fortunate enough to be able to get it out. A pair of rubber gloves and get my hand in there. And this, what you're looking at here, is about 1 meter long of root system full of the residue of septic, I might add. But anyway, I'm just taking footage of this. I just pulled it out like maybe 20 minutes ago. Washed my hands and grabbed my camera to make a quick video before I bury all this. But before, in my front yard, I used to have 2 giant ficus trees. And right here in the front, where you can see there's kind of a brick wall right here, a little brick edging. Right there was 1, 2 huge ficus trees, and their roots made it all the way under my house and into this septic system about 10 years ago. So I immediately had my, or hired actually, a guy to come out and chop down the 2 trees, and which I then proceeded to burn when they got dry. But anyway, the ficus is really not a good plant, and I've got one down there in the back behind my son there. You can see there's a huge ficus tree which is getting bigger by the year. I already trimmed it down about 3 years ago. I trimmed it way down, but it grew back and it grew higher. So anyway, I'm gonna have to eliminate that damn thing. But just 2 things that this video illustrates. Number 1, you don't plant ficus on your property. The only thing ficus serves any use whatsoever is for shade. But it has a massive root system, and even after 10 years of the trees being eliminated, that little piece of root, of course being fed through the waste system, the septic system, managed to stay alive for within that box and within the tube, whatever you want to call it, for 10 damn years. And the second thing is, when you're living out here, you got to be able to do things yourself. Now, if I had taken the time to call somebody when I saw a problem, I would have had some plumber come out here, and I would have ended up paying I don't know how much to have that done. But I just did it myself quicker, and it wasn't that big of a mess. But anyway, that's how I spent this Sunday afternoon.